Hey guys, I've just arrived at the cinema to see the Elvis film for the second time. I just thought I'd show you behind me. Here is the screens with lots of film posters, and I'll just show you the other way around here. So this is where I'm sitting right now to film this video. But yeah, I'm so mega excited to be seeing Elvis today. I actually got my TCB ring on, as you can see there, because I'm a big Elvis fan. I'm so excited to see the second time round. I think it's going to be more powerful the second time round than the first time. I fell in love with it the first time. I think I'm going to fall in love with it more the second time. I've already taken some pictures of the screen, some stills of Austin Butler as Elvis, and taken a picture of the film poster so that we include in this video. But yeah, I'm mega excited about how Elvis is going to be portrayed, and the story and the history of Elvis, the music, his story, where he grew up, how he got famous, and get you guys to know a little bit more about who Elvis was back in the day before he reached his ultimate pin of fame. But yeah, I'm mega excited about how this film is going to be. I know I loved it the first time. I'm so passionate about it the second time. I literally can't wait to tell you all about it. But yeah, I'm at the cinema, guys, as you can see behind me. I'm literally just in the entrance where I walked in, and then I just grab myself a quick drink. And yeah, but I want to film a little vlog before the film, and then obviously I'll vlog my reaction afterwards. But yeah, I wanted you guys just to see a little bit of where I am right now. And like I said, I'll show you a little bit more behind me here, so you can see that's where I am right now. But yeah, I just wanted you to see what I'm up to, and yeah, hopefully you guys will feel the same as me about Elvis, and hopefully I'll introduce you to a new genre of music, a new decade of music, and you'll get to love Elvis as much as I do. And hopefully you'll be able to see my nice little drink there, my Fanta Frozen that I've got. But yeah, I will see you on the other side, guys. Hi. So guys, I've just got outside the cinema here. As you can see, screen 10. I thought I'd show you a little bit outside to where I am as well. This is the corridor, and this is the other screens behind me in here. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you a bit inside here whilst I'm waiting for the film. I'm a little bit early to go in as of yet, but I thought I'd show you a little bit at least behind me so you can see the corridor, and if I can try and show you a little bit further on down here. There you go, you've got the other screens behind us over here, and also you've got some other film posters behind us over here, and then I think over here as well we've got some more film posters, over here. But I just thought I'd show you a little bit more down to where I am, and I'll give you my reaction when I come out. Bye. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I just got out of watching the Elvis film, so now I'm filming my reaction to the film. Well, as you can see, I'm a little bit emotional. That film really got me the second time round. I thought the first time was powerful, but to be honest, this time round it's a lot more in depth, and I was able to understand Elvis a lot more, understand his story, his history, who he was as an actual musician, not just the entertainer, but the family man, the father, the authority figure, the husband to Priscilla. And it just really got me in a more deep way than what I thought, and actually realising how much of an outsider misfit that he was, and how for his time he was seen as very, controversial. He was seen as someone who wasn't accepted and was told not to do certain things, and was told not to say certain things for a certain reason. But yeah, this time around I actually got to understand more about Elvis, the man, the musician, the entertainer, someone who was deeply in touch with his fans, loved the attention. He loved to be around people, he loved to entertain, bring a smile to people, write songs, write gospel music. He's very much into his gospel and his faith. He was very faith-based, from what I know. He's very much a Christian. He loved rock, blues, which is rhythm and blues. He loved gospel music. He loved the music of being around other groups of people. He was very brought up around the kind of, the black music scene, and he was very much around sort of that kind of jazz and that kind of sort of scene of music. But yeah, it was just a really feel-good film. Really does explain his history, explains him as a person, really explains what Elvis is about, and it really makes you feel good. It makes you understand what he went through performing under pressure, all this fame, spotlight, money, stress, family heartache, all the stuff that you would go through on that average day for not being a famous person. But I really want to talk about it and just wow, I'm mesmerised. I cannot believe that Elvis went through such a heartache and went through such a tough time with regards to being famous. And he was very much all about wanting to help people, support his family, support Priscilla. His little daughter Lisa Marie at the time was a very, very little girl, and you see the stress of fame and fortune got to him, and how the corporal, or as we now know wasn't a corporal, but Corporal Tom Parker at the time, was very, very abusive, abused his money, abused Elvis's trust, abused Elvis as a person, very much took control of Elvis's finances, Elvis's business, took over the enterprise of Elvis Presley Estates, and basically made Elvis do everything he wanted, because as we now know, and as you'll find out, you see the movie, Corporal Tom Parker was a liar, he was a manipulator, a cheat. He was actually not known as Tom Parker, he's actually Dutch, or around that sort of region. He actually, it says in the film, he actually settled out of court to give Elvis back what he was due, because he took over 50% of Elvis's finances. He pressured Elvis into performing so much that Elvis got so sick that Elvis ended up in hospital more than once on one occasion. And you just see the stress of what Elvis went through, the pressure, the fame, the girls, the money, the drugs towards the middle, the end of his life. Like, he was very much on sleeping tablets. I think he was on heart medication and some other things, but it really makes your life put in perspective of what Elvis went through, and for what he did, and how much he loved the world, and he loved his fans, he loved the people. He was very honest of what he went through. Elvis was just different. He was very unique, he was gifted, he was someone who loved the world, he loved to entertain, he was very much a sportsman, he was very much about putting the world to rights, and he was very passionate about politics, but was told not to get into it. And I just can't believe how good this film actually was. Elvis is amazing. Austin Butler as Elvis has been absolutely mind blowing. Like, they show him acting as Elvis for most of the film, then you get to see actual Elvis Presley footage of the original Elvis and the original footage of Priscilla. It's actually quite amazing to see how well they related each side of Austin Butler playing Elvis and then the real Elvis. And you obviously got to see a little bit of footage of the Corporal Tom Parker, as well as Tom Hanks playing Tom Parker, which again, Tom Hanks, mind blown. Like, that actor is fantastic. Like, what he can do, his vocabulary, his acting skill, his ability to mould into another character is just fantastic. But the way they put Elsa's music out there and the story, it was just so relatable to being a normal person. And it was a very heartfelt film, very, very well done, very, very creative. It was very good telling his story of how we can all lose things that we're passionate about at one time, and that we could also lose things before a stroke of a flash, and we could all lose money, we could all lose friends, family, but this film just makes you put life in total perspective, and seeing how Elsa's life was lived, obviously with the fame and growing up in such a small village, and then learning how to write songs, buy guitar, and working his butt off so that he could provide for his family. Elvis was very family focused, as am I. Again, that's how I relate to Elvis, because I love my family, I love to be around my family, I love to help them out, I love to be able to do things, enjoy myself with them. Obviously I'm not musically gifted or anything in that respect, but I am very good about writing poetry, and I do write my own poetry, which is a form of songwriting, lyric writing if you want to put it that way. But oh my god, Elvis was fantastic, phenomenal. The acting, just Austin Butler and Tom Hanks, the main two leads, awesome, can't say enough about them. Just a really, really well done film. You really got to know Elvis on a deep and personal level, and you really got to know more about his music style, about how he wasn't going to be bossed around, and in the end he took charge of his life. He took charge of how he was going to do things, and he just made the world a better place. He was very passionate about doing it his way, and he was just a very open man, and it amazed me how much songwriting ability he had, and the costumes, the belts, the shoes, the hairstyle, the funky quiff and everything else. It was just a really, really good film, really eye-opening film, and it really has made me think about a lot of things, how I relate to being the odd one out, the misfit, being on, obviously I know that Elvis wasn't autistic, but I can kind of relate to being a misfit, not wanted, not understood because of being autistic and being different, neurodiverse, if you want to call it that. But it's a really good, feel-good film. Like, if you do want to know about who Elvis was and the history of him and the music and what he sounded like back in the day and what he looked like, I suggest you strongly come watch this film. It's just a really good family friendly film. It is a 12A, so if you have children you're going to have to make sure you're with them, but it is a really good film if you like history, if you like America, if you like to know about the American music scene, things like that. It is just a really good way of getting to know Elvis on a one-on-one basis. You know, obviously he's long time past, rest in peace Elvis, by the way. But yeah, it's just a very, very good film. It's very good to get to know what he was like on a day-to-day basis, not just on the fame and fortune side of things. But you know, it's really made me feel different about how I see music, how I respect musicians more for the time they give up and the side that they get into fame and fortune. You know, it's very different nowadays. Like, there's more security, there's more protection, there's more people helping them out behind the scenes. Because Elvis did everything pretty much himself with his dad, his mum, who was very much a family person, who was very much someone who wanted to make a change and make a difference. He also worked with people with disabilities. He had a charity for people with disabilities, which I didn't know of, which I am going to do more research on. But I'm just absolutely blown away by this film. Second time around, it's more powerful, more in your face, and you get to realise how the world is hurting right now, and the message can be more relatable. Do something to help somebody, put a smile on somebody's face, you know, say something nice to somebody, do something that you be proud of every day, like Elvis did. It just makes you feel about life in a different totally perspective, how this world is a lot similar to how he went through. And you know, it's just a really, really good, I can't say enough about this film. It is beyond my expectation, what I thought. I was very sceptical at first. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, because it's, you know, Elvis, and obviously no one's going to ever fill his shoes, and you have to be very, very open-minded with this film. That's what I will say, be very open-minded with how you see it, and don't judge it on the first time that you see it. You may have to see it 2 or 3 times, which I plan on doing once it comes out on the DVD, or I might even see it again in the cinema whilst it's still actively being on. But this film is beyond what I thought. It's just so true to life, seeing how Elvis was as a person, how Elvis dealt with life, and seeing the cars and the music and hearing him sing. And you know, it's just a really, really excellent, really good film. I can't say enough about it. Elvis, Austin Butler, 100% credit to you, pal. Well done. You had big shoes to fill, and that was awesome. And Tom Hanks playing Tom Parker again, spot on. I couldn't have faulted it. It was absolutely brilliantly well done, well put together. And Olivia, who played Priscilla, again, brilliant. The way they dressed them, they wore traditional like American costumes, and it was just a really well done, well put together film. I'm just absolutely stunned by how much accuracy there was in that film. I know obviously they had to act a bit, maybe a bit of drama into it, but for the most part it was a really well done film. If you do like Elvis, I strongly suggest you go and watch this film. I strongly suggest that you go and get to know Elvis, listen to the music, download his music on a computer, or go and buy Elvis's CDs from the local store. Yeah, it's just a brilliant film, really family friendly if you want to go and watch a musical documentary. And you know, it's just a brilliant film. I can't say enough about Elvis. It's completely changed my mind of how I saw him and how I see the music, and it's just a really feel good film. I definitely do relate to Elvis more than what I thought, and yeah, I'm just absolutely blown away by it. It's just a really eye-opening film, life-changing film, provocative film. Makes you think about life and questions what you're doing, and you know, makes you feel like you actually were something, that you are special regardless if you know if you're famous or not. And it's just a really good film. Makes you feel like you're challenged, and yeah, I can't say enough about this film. Absolutely loved it, absolutely proud of it. It's a really good film. I do think that Austin Butler and Olivia do deserve an Oscar for this film. Couldn't say enough about it. And yeah, please give this a thumbs up and comment and like and share, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.